Hello, 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 Leos. Uh-oh. What did I just step on? Oh my gosh, trying to get everything set. How you guys doing? Welcome. Oh my goodness, what a week, what a week. And I cannot believe we are in the middle of April. Are you serious? I'm thinking about then May is coming up. Oh my gosh, just cannot believe it. So for you Leos, this is from the 12th through the 18th this week. There is a new moon on the 12th, and there will be a new moon reading for those of you that are brand new. Just so you know, I do my readings via intuition, also mainly divine. Okay, so it's divine driven, divine guided. So whatever energies come through on that side, the other side, the second dimensional side, I listen to what the wisdom is that needs to be portrayed through the cards and all the messages that I'm getting. And then I go to astrology and numerology. I think it's really important to mix astrology and numerology together as well as divine, because they're the same energy. It's amazing. If you really look at astrology and what divine is doing, it's the same energy. It's really interesting. Anyway, so I do mix those together. So the new moon, I don't know what time. I don't have the thumbnail up yet. However, hit the subscribe button and then the bell, and that will tell you when that live is on. Now I do astrology first and then I do a reading. Okay, so, and they're all open. It will have a chat if you have questions, and I will answer them in relation to what we're talking about. And then if you have a question that isn't related to that, I will answer it at the end. Same with any reading that I do. They're open because the energies need to be fresh, need to be there. And if somebody's going through a struggle or challenge or has a question, the divine may or may not answer it. Just know that I'm the conduit. So whatever the answer is, be ready, because it may not be what you like or want, but then again, it may so. So it's the divine. I'm just the conduit. So be prepared when you ask a question, that I am going to talk in truth what the divine is sharing with me to share with you. All right. So first oracle for those that are new. I'm doing oracles first, and they're a different type of card than tarot. They're more of a theme kind of a thing. But this is I'm going to do the divine's card. And the divine is this card is going to share information of things that he wants you to focus on. Maybe he's trying to answer a question that you have. Maybe there's something going on in your life that you're praying about or whatever. This is his card. This is what his number one thing is to you. Second card is the energies for that week, which is the 12th through the 18th. And then the third card is the future energies for, I usually say the weekend and the week coming up. However, that's not happening. It's going to be for the next couple of months. So really pay attention. If you do write things down and take notes, really take note of the oracles, especially because this is really the key points that we really want to focus on. And Divine's amazing because he'll just take from it and go, especially with the tarot cards. I don't know how he does it, but he does. In fact, last reading was sort of blew my mind, but he always does. He always blows my mind because he's awesome. He's so awesome. Okay, so let's get going. He's so funny. Let's get going. So we have the first card out is the Watery Fairy. Now remember, this is Divine's card. This is his message or answering a prayer or whatever it is in your life that you're wondering about. Second dimensional. It is also the number 10. So that means something is completing. Maybe you're figuring something out that is going to be ending and going bye-bye. And then something new is going to be coming. As we always say, when divine closes one door, he opens another. But you will not open a door before another is closed, because he wants you focused. This, my friends, is about your feelings and emotions. And whenever this card shows up, it is about who is in control of their feelings and emotions versus are your feelings and emotions controlling you? Do you get all hyped up? This is where the divine and the world sort of, you can see which way you're living. If you're living in a divine energy world, a second dimensional, or you're living in a world earthly dimension, first dimension. This is where you can actually analyze yourself and tell which one you're living in and which one you are guiding your life by. How do you do that? When you live by spirit, you control your feelings and your emotions. If you are living by world, spirit is here, your intuition, second dimension, that kind of a thing, unseen. This is love, compassion, your feelings, those kind of things. But if you're living in your head, then your feelings and your emotions will control you. You'll get mad, you'll get angry, you'll say things you shouldn't say, you'll gossip, you'll do things of that nature. That is what he's asking you today. Thank you for that. That's beautiful. Okay, so he wants to know where you are focusing your life, your journey, and which way you are headed. Movement, which way. This is current energy for 12th through the 18th, okay? It is also the number 9. This is intensity. This is focus. This is where you're headed. This is what I'm going to be doing. I'm driven to go this way. Then we have the future energy, which is the high priestess in the number 2, which is going to bring all these together, or it's going to divide them. Your movement's going to go sour. Your movement is going to get negative. Your movement is going to say pessimistic over optimistic. Your movement is going to say that's the division. That's the sword. That's one side of the sword. The other side of the sword is, you know what? I would rather live my life by spirit because it's more calm. So I'm going to start thinking from my heart, love, truth, and hold my tongue before I say anything, and then only share anything out of love. That takes work. Been there, done that. I've lived on both sides of the coin. I will definitely much take spirit side a million times over world side, because world side gets you in a lot of trouble. World gets you in depression, anxiety, panic attacks. World will get you thinking of things that are more selfish rather than selfless, that kind of a thing. And then we look at the high priestess. This is about your prophecy. This is about your vision, where you are looking out to. Is it first dimensional? Oh, I want to buy a house. I want to get married. I want to have kids. I want to have this. I want to have a beautiful car. Oh, and I would love to have a boat, and I want to travel. That's first dimensional. Whereas second dimensional is, I wonder how so-and-so's doing. I should give them a call, make sure they're okay, they're healthy. Oh, my family, is everybody fine? They're mentally okay, they're successful, they're full of love, they treat each other with respect, they treat each other with kindness, they treat each other with fairness, those kind of things, second dimensional. Love and truth. All right? Whew. So where are you guys thinking? What is it that you guys are thinking from? Are you thinking from your head, or are you thinking from your heart? I'd love to know that one. Put that in the comments. And here the other thing too is just say, you know what, I think I'm thinking from spirit. And then you really go watch for the week. This is your homework for the week. Go watch for the week and see, am I thinking of spirit? Am I holding my tongue? Am I my thoughts? Am I thinking thoughts that are more negative and of low vibration? Or am I thinking, when you stand behind somebody in line at the grocery store and it's taking a little bit longer, do you get pissed off, or do you say, hey, it's okay. They might be going through something. They might have just come from a funeral. They might be struggling emotionally. They might have lost their job. You know what? I got time. I've got a few minutes. I can take care of it. That's why we give ourselves enough time to do things with. All right. So first card out is the number 5. Again, arrogance, pride, ego. Somebody's got that going on. Somebody is just happy that they can be on top all the time, as far as, I'm lucky, I win, I get all this stuff, I do this stuff, look at you. Sort of that attitude that they're up here, you're down here. There's also that's maybe an attitude that is going to change. If it's going to, that's a worldly attitude. Pride is definitely not what divine wants. We need to have a little bit of pride because that's what holds us and keeps us alive. However, we need to release that pride and ego any other time. But sometimes we think other people are better than us, and we're not. Hey, Sarah, welcome, welcome. Awesome. Good for you. Good for you. I hope my email helped. The thing is that we've got to really pay attention to what is going on ego-wise, because if we don't, then we can actually hurt people unintentionally. We can think we're better. And I don't go into politics or anything, but when we look at racism, we think that we're better. One race is better than another. They're not. We're all brothers. We're all sisters. We're all equal. We're all the same energies. However, a lot of people look at the skin. Turn the lights off and then have a room full of diversity. Turn the lights off and see if you can tell the difference. You can't, because we're all, the insides are the same. I mean, we're slightly different just because of our muscularity and things like that. However, we are the same. So nobody is different. A dishwasher is just as equal as a CEO of a company. And if you think you're CEO, I'm better than everybody, shame on you. You're definitely world. You're definitely not of divine's thought process. That really irritates me. But that is me. That's my little irritation. Okay, so we have the 5 of Swords, ego, pride, whatever's walking away, thinking you're all that. And then we have the number 4. So we go from unstable to stable. Interesting. And this is also about your future in bringing something together. Again, this is astrology, this is the planets, this is divine. It is a choice. Okay, guys, this is a choice to control your feelings, or you control your feelings, or your feelings and emotions control you. This is a choice. Love is a choice. Anything you do and decide to do is a choice. So you can choose to have the beautiful things that are coming your way and stability. And look at this 10 of Pentacles. Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. This is the ultimate card. And my daughter, when I did a reading for her just recently, she goes, Mom, but I thought the ultimate card was the 10 of Cups. And I said, no. I said, it depends on what you're looking for and depend on what your success is. But for the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Pentacles has possessions. It has things of your mindset. It has the love. It has unconditional love. It has pretty much everything in it. It has abundance. Again, this is a choice to have abundance or not. This is your mindset. Your mindset is what either holds you back or moves you forward. Moves you forward. This is your mindset. Somebody's mindset is completely stuck. Completely stuck. Yeah. And the reason why, and also too, and the reason, and this is also the planets. We're in a rut. We are in a rut with the moon and everything. We're in a rut. The planets are in a rut. You're in a rut, and it's really hard to get out of that bucket. You're in the bucket. You can't get out. You see the top. It's like, how am I going to get out? I'm by myself. How am I going to get out? Well, there's a lot of ways you can get out, but all you can see is I got to go up. I got to get out. No, run back and forth. Run back and forth. Hit the sides. Knock it over so that you can crawl out. But a lot of people think one way only. And then again, that's world. And they don't want to open the door to think another way. Okay, there is a door to think another way. So there's an opportunity, but people are going to fight it. Fight. I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. You know what? That's great. And I'm going to ask you, is that worldly thinking? Because you were brainwashed to think all those things. Because a lot of the times it comes from our parents, it comes from our heredity, it comes from our ancestors. And is it right? Is it truth? A lot of the times, no, because it is not absolute truth. It's not divine truth. And you'll know when it's divine truth because you will be the person that you are supposed to be. All right. This is a lot about your feelings, about where your thought process is coming from. And do you have a vision? This vision, a lot of people like, well, you mean like goals? You know, like, do you have a vision? What is your vision? What is your calling? What is your purpose? Do you even have an idea? You know, where you think, what are your gifts? Well, that's second dimensional now. Do you think first dimension? Well, then you'll probably have a hard time with that. But what are your gifts? What are your talents? Where do you go? This is, again, feelings. I'm going to go against my feelings. I'm going to go against my emotions. I'm going to go against. And this, again, we're fighting second dimensional, first dimensional. Takes strength. Takes courage to stand up for yourself in a spiritual set and say, you know what? I'm not going to fight about that. It's not worth it. It's sort of like picking your battles. I'm not going to do it. Or, you know what? I'm going to think about this before I say or do anything. You know what? I'm going to step away and think about it for a while and see the way it's going to be before I do or say anything. That's spiritual. And then we have the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, very earthly, very much a butterfly. She's a little stinker. You know, I see her a lot gossiping. I see her a lot doing things more earthly. No, too many. Thank you. I see her fluttering around. This is a choice of hers to go and spread gossip. She's got a little black shadow there because she's got her cat. However, she can actually turn that around and say, you know what? I'm going to go say hello to everybody and I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody. Choice. Second dimensional, first dimensional. Gossip, first dimensional. Holding your tongue, second dimensional. So we have death. And death means something has to end. Something has to give. This pride person, ego person that might be coming towards you, or maybe that's you. Maybe you've got a little bit too much pride. And the reason why I say that is, ask yourself, do you think you're better than anybody else? Or do you think you're equal to everybody else? That is a question that you have to ask yourself. I can't answer that. But you would probably lie to me anyway. If some of you would lie and say, oh yeah, no, I think everybody's equal. But in your mind, you're thinking, oh no, they're not. That's mental, that's emotions and feelings, and that is worldly. When you have to lie and not be yourself, say, you know what, yeah, I do think, people are not equal. Then that opens a conversation. Okay, well, let me show you, let's share your perspective. Why do you feel that way? This is a conversation so that you can walk away deciding whether you want that person in your life or not. Because that could be a toxic person, or that could be just somebody sharing their opinion that might be not a truthful thought process. All right. All right, let's see what else it is. Oh, did I see one flip? Yep. Boy, he sure is popular. Page of Pentacles. Lots of pentacles here, guys. Lots of pentacles. So this, this is something to do with earth. This is something to do your feelings and your emotions. Somebody's really worldly. Really worldly. And this is going to be a hard transition for you. But you can do it because you've got a vision out there. There is a vision. Now, the vision is something that is second dimensional, not first dimensional. It's not, oh, I'm going to go buy a house or whatever. That is first dimensional. The second dimensional is, you know what? I'm going to call so-and-so. I haven't talked to him for a while. And I don't know. I just need to call him. And you call him and they're like, wow, I was just thinking of you. That's second dimensional. That's saying, okay, I have compassion enough that I've got a little feeling inside me. Something might be wrong or something might be, whatever that is. That's second dimensional. But it also goes further than that. So that's up to you which way you're going to move. Again, though, this movement energy, this current energy this week is 9. It means you need to put 100% in which way you're going to move. Get off the fence. Get off the fence. You cannot move forward with your butt going up a fence. It's very painful. Been there, done that. And you get nowhere. You neither go on one side of the fence or the other. You live in a worldly way, first dimensional, or you live in a second dimensional and you ask spirit for everything and about everything. And you walk in love and you walk in truth. That is for somebody in the future. This is a couple of months. In the next couple of months, there is some people that are actually going to switch their brain process from first dimensional to spiritual. And the thing is, when you do that, your life is going to change 100%. Been there. And actually, you get to become you even more. It's fun. It's amazing. And people that are supposed to be in your circle will be in your circle. And the people that need to leave will leave. Because they shouldn't have been there anyway. And all this will go away. All right. This is the 9 of Swords, which is all about frustration, intense, struggles, the roller coasters, the life isn't going right. It's like these huge ups and downs. For those, it might be depression, anxiety. I'm not saying that it's all going to go away, but when you begin to change, I used to be on, what do they call it? Antidepressants in my 20s. I was like, I'm not depressed, but you know what? What is wrong with my thinking process? It's because 1, I didn't heal, and 2, I was thinking worldly. And the more I changed spiritually in my spiritual thinking, God, what do you think? How do I do it? Where do I go? Should I do this? Should I not do this? It was a slow process. However, that went away. I could fall asleep like this. I still can in a storm. Fall asleep like this, make decisions and know which way to go, know that they're the right way and not like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Should I do this? Should I not do this? There is a lot of benefit in the second dimension. And thank you. So they're like, don't forget about intuition. I'm like, yes, that your intuition it will grow. And the intuition is your, it's like a phone. It's like a phone to divine. Hey, should I do this? Should I not do this? And divine said, I don't want you around that person. And they'll take them away. But then you try to manifest going. In dating, people try to manifest to go back. Even though divine says, no, I'm going to take them away. But you're like, no. I got to go find out why. Let me go see if they'll come back. Let me go see, and you try to manifest it. And the divine's like, no, I'm taking them away for a purpose. For 1, I'm trying to protect you, maybe. 2, I got something better for you, maybe. Or 3, no, they're just not good for you. And you don't like to hear no, right? All right. So we have first card is the Lovers. I'm just talking about lovers. I'm talking about relationships. Again, do not let your feelings and your emotions control your relationships because you will fall into the wrong person. This is where second dimension really has to come into play because you will be with the wrong person. Divine will bring that person to you. They're working on them to bring them to you. Whether it be a girl, a guy, or whatever. I hate to say girl because it's a woman or a man. Because if they're not ready, they're girls and guys. They're playing games. But if it's a man or a woman, he is working on underneath the soil, like we planted the seed. He's working underneath in the roots, growing the roots from somebody to bring you together. Don't force. When you manipulate and you force somebody to come to you, then you know what? It's not going to work out or it won't last. It may for a year or 2 or a few years, but then things are going to start going whoot, and you're like, what happened? Well, because you weren't even supposed to be together in the first place. So then we have the 2 of Swords. There's a decision there with the Lovers. And then we have the 7 of Pentacles. More Pentacles. So there's probably what I'm feeling is there's somebody coming into a relationship that it's going to have to do, it's either co-workers finally met each other and they're going to come into a relationship, but then there's going to be maybe a decision, because there's the Two of Swords. A decision is going to have to be made where you're going to stay. If somebody's going to say, I need to move, I'm relocating, you either come or you stay. Now, if somebody gives you that alternative, I'm moving, I've got a job, you know, you either come or you stay, that's not love. That is not love at all. If somebody gets to relocate or needs to move, that's when they would say, you know what, can we sit down and talk? I got a job and it's in Boston or wherever. I don't know. Maybe I heard that in a movie or something. And we need to sit down and talk, because I love you and I want to go, but I need to know what you think and where your feelings are, because that'll maybe make a difference. Now that's communication. Now, if you're planning on getting married and stuff, that definitely better be a communication, rather than say, if you're going to not go, you're going to stay or go, then that's not love. All right. So Leos, this has been your reading. Wow. Let me do one more with the new moon. Oracles with the new moon, and then the planets that are coming. Just remember, if you're watching this before the new moon on the 12th, this is definitely a time that we are trying to get balance. We're fighting balance. We're in ruts. It's really hard to get out of the ruts that we're in. You can do it. You got to keep moving forward. You got to keep moving in a direction forward. Do not go backwards. Definitely don't go backwards. Yeah, look at this. We've got the number 5. We've got the number 6. One ring circus. This is stuff that you have to do yourself. Definitely. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, we're working on balance. It is hard to work through balance. It really, really is. It's very hard. We've got a storm. It feels like a storm. It feels uncomfortable. It feels not right. It's the number 9. It's really intense. It's like, okay, this is a lot of work. Do I really want to do this? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And the only thing is, the only thing that can happen is you and Divine can change it. This is a mind process that you can change it. But it does, it brings uncomfortableness. It brings things to the surface. It brings things that maybe you're going to, lose a friend or two, or somebody in the family isn't going to like your new positive or your way of thinking. But you're standing up for yourself. You're believing in yourself. You're doing things for you in a forward movement to grow your abilities, to grow your intuition, to grow your second dimension, to grow your visions that Divine wants you to go. Tough. It is really tough, because then you have to take some of your desires and put them off to the side and really find out what you need. You need for yourself to know yourself better. Thank you for that. I was going to say something else, and he's like, know yourself. Know where your foundation and your grounding is. Is it second dimensional, holding your tongue, learning how to control your feelings and your emotions? Or are you first dimensional? That is, you'll say anything that you want with no filter. That's definitely not Divine. All right, guys. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys have a really, really good week. Don't forget to hit that subscription button if you want to watch the new video on the new moon. Hit the notification and the bell, and it'll notify you when that is on. Don't forget to also like the videos for your YouTube creators, because that is how YouTube analyzes whether they show them more or less. All right. You guys take care, and you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week, and we'll see you on the new moon or on your next reading. Take care, guys.